The next seminar is held by Mark Grady, and he is from Microsoft, and he is going to talk you about Windows Marketplace for mobiles. So please welcome Mark Grady.
Thank you and good afternoon. Welcome to this session. It's titled, as you've seen in the program, Distributing and Monetizing Applications via Windows Marketplace for Mobile. And I actually work as the developer marketing lead in EMEA for Windows Mobile. It's great to be here today to talk to you about what I think is a potentially very, very exciting new revenue opportunity for you as developers to look at today. I think in the past with mobile applications, the distribution has been the problem that stopped it. We now know people want to download applications, and it's looking very exciting with Windows Mobile. So we've got quite a lot to get through today. If there's any questions during the session, let me know. I do have an extra incentive, which is a voucher to register on Marketplace. If you have any questions, answer and you will get one. So just making a start today, what we're going to talk about for this session, it's basically intended really to learn what's new for developers in Windows Mobile 6.5, which will be available in the autumn, how Windows Marketplace for Mobile works, how you could expand your business opportunity, and also sort of like taking a look at the announcements of availability of Marketplace and submission timing. So just to go through what the agenda really will cover today, and what I'm hoping you'll get out of this is really what the evolution of marketplaces have been, Microsoft's own mobile application strategy, an overview of Marketplace and how it works and what the process will look like, and then getting down to business. At the end of the day, it's about getting the applications out there so people can download them and use them. And in some cases they will be free apps, and in other cases they will be paid. And the opportunity is really to cover both of those areas. So, the evolution of marketplaces. And I think this is quite a good demonstration. For a long time, developers and customers have been very, very separate. And we're looking at how to build that bridge between developers and customers for paid applications. And first of all, you have the on-device client. And that's been available from the developer, but still a long way away from the customer. And as you can see, the bridge to the customer starts to change over time when we talk about revenue share. So Windows Marketplace for Mobile is very much, it's split on a 70-30 ratio. That's 70% for the developer, 30% goes into the costs and the collection fees, and that's run by Microsoft. So you then have the global reach. Phase one, which is very much about the global reach, is you can develop an application, you can then upload it, and it can be downloaded anywhere in the world if it's a free application, and at launch of Marketplace in 29 countries. So massive reach, massive audience to go after. So we're really thinking about how you, in the first phase, eliminate the distribution barriers. Going into phase two, there's purchase and discoverability. Finding applications was traditionally hard for the customer. And as we get closer to the customer, think about the purchase, it's the convenience of it. What we know today is that people want to purchase easily. They want to purchase their solution and they want it to be convenient. And I think the thing is that in the past it's not always been easy to get hold of the applications and do that. And then finally, the purchase confidence, and I think that's the factor. A verifiable credit card system does create customer confidence in purchasing the application, how they get a refund, what their rights are. These are all things that in the past were quite difficult to quantify. And as you can see from the diagram here at the bottom, it's about sales and devices, but we're removing the key thing here is removing the barriers to buy applications, making it easy. So it's second nature, like it would be to download an application for a PC or in other contexts. And I think a good way to talk about this is if you today use Xbox. Xbox has a marketplace, it's been around a fair while, and we're following that same course that Xbox has taken with Marketplace. So just to look at Microsoft's mobile application strategy, the headline here is really quite clear: to create a thriving global end-to-end mobile application ecosystem based on transparency and trust. And in the first part of it, we want to enable innovation for you as developers, very much looking at familiar and productive tools such as Visual Studio, rich API service and multitasking, and innovation across the audience, both consumer and business. Now, I know some of you may think that Windows Mobile has traditionally been in the business space. If you take a look at the stand today, there's some very, very good consumer devices that can be used, and similarly, a consumer device will want to have consumer applications just as much as a business device does. So that covers supply. Moving into the next part is the global opportunity, and really our strategy is to deliver that through a transparent, unified, uniformly applied policies, but also through the right partnerships. And I think that can be mobile operator driven, or it can also be around the OEM and the form factor. And I think particularly if you look 6 years ago, Windows Mobile started with just one device with one mobile operator. Now, if you visit the Microsoft stand, you will see the likes of the Sony Ericsson Xperia, the Samsung Omnia, HTC with their various devices as well. So, first of all, a range of OEMs, but also form factor and choice. We accept that people are very individual about their choice of phones. I personally like to use, for example, a QWERTY keyboard when I'm doing a lot of email. Other people would prefer to use a stylus to type emails. So a range of choices available on the Windows Mobile platform. And that creates sockets. And that means demand, which means local and global merchandising. You can purchase with convenience and confidence, but also there's a role for our partners to sell. You as developers and ISVs will be looking to sell, and also to create more demand for business users in the large business area. So it's part of a wider strategy around other areas that you should be aware, such as Windows Live, where you can communicate and share, the MyPhone product, which is coming up later, and also Marketplace itself, which is really about, you know, adding something in mobile services which we think is crucial for the customer and the consumer or the business, which is really to discover and enjoy. And whether that's a free application put in by a business to market the latest Microsoft CRM solution for a mobile attach, with then the opportunity to get a paid application elsewhere, or the ability to put a game onto a device, Marketplace can cater for that. So just taking a look at Marketplace for customers, 3 key things that you should be aware of. It's about choice, convenience, and confidence. Firstly, easily discover the applications that make your phone your own, a wide selection of applications for work, life and play, easily discoverable and consistently well described. And I think you'll have a look later that we'll have the pictures and the images of Marketplace. We're very much looking at it from a point of view of saying that there's a lot of choice that you can have and clear descriptions of what they are. Convenience, I think that there's a very much the key thing for the customer will be a convenient purchase, download and install experience. It's crucial to say at this stage, you will be able to purchase Marketplace applications either from the phone itself or the web. So that offers an extra opportunity. And you will be able to pay with a credit card and, where available in certain major markets, phone bill as well. And following that purchase, it will be a direct-to-phone download and installation. And finally, confidence, a worry-free shopping experience. The applications will be custom filtered to leverage the hardware capabilities of a Windows Mobile 6.5 phone, and you will be able to re-download a purchased application onto a new Windows phone as well. So very, very good opportunities there. And if you're not satisfied with the application as an end user, there is a no questions asked self-serve return if you're not completely satisfied. So from a developer angle, the 3 key things here: a global opportunity, end-to-end platform, and a win-win partnership. So, maximizing your return on investment. Windows Mobile phones today ship in over 150 countries. The paid application area will cover 29 markets. And there'll be unmatched promotional opportunities on and off the device. I think one of the things that's very exciting for you as developers is the opportunity here to be very successful with viral marketing, to also create buzz around the applications by email, by getting people to demonstrate it. So a wide opportunity. You can write an application today, and whether you're in Russia, Finland, Greece or Poland, you can monetize that application in the USA, Japan, Singapore, Australia. Big opportunities. An end-to-end platform, and I think this is very, very true. You can rapidly create and deliver what you can conceive. So you have platform choice and leveraging Visual Studio 2008. You've got over the multitasking applications and leveraging of 11,000 APIs. And an automatic all-at-once user update process. So if you're looking to update the application, you can put those over the air through Marketplace as well. And also, it's a chance for you to build the win-win of this, which is very much a transparent, timely, and trusted business partnership. Very much around talking about transparent and uniformly available and enforced policies. There'll be a centralized developer portal for sign-up and submission to feedback. So, lots of opportunities here to really work. And you've also got to look at the other part of it, which is very much a predictable and convenient payout with no mobile operator billing or refund restocking fees as well. So just getting down to business on this to talk about the end-to-end process. There are basically, as you can see, 8 steps to getting your application onto Windows Marketplace for mobile, and these you may or may not have seen is the logo that is being used on site. So basically step 1 is create, 2 submit, certify, distribute, promote, support, track, and importantly getting paid as well if that application is paid for as well. So taking a look at step 1, create. So you can talk about the application being around touch and gesture, and I think the key thing here is what's new in Windows Mobile 6.5. And the first thing is, it's very, very clear. If you are today developing on Windows Mobile 6 or Windows Mobile 6.1, you can easily move the application across to 6.5. It requires a minimal amount to do that. There is a developer kit available for 6.5. But the key features you should be aware of is particularly around touch and gesture. You can tap, hold, pan, and flick with the device. You've got an improved navigation and user experience. And also there's more widget and web applications. So there's Adobe Flashlight support, an installable start and menu or home screen. And the developer toolkit with 6.5 contains an emulator, additional gesture APIs, and a plugin for Visual Studio 2008. So very, very neat features that have come out. But you haven't, if you are today developing Windows Mobile, got to throw everything away and start again. This is very much an evolution from the first, from the 6 and 6.1 creations. So an opening for business. So the announcement, if you were not aware, in Finland and I think it was 16 other markets, Marketplace opened on the 27th of July for application submission. So you can now register and place your application onto Marketplace. There will be a 4 weeks or so ingestion period of the application while it goes through certification, and then when 6.5 launches in the autumn, it will be ready and available on the day of launch of the 6.5 devices. So, the first thing I would say is that the link here, developer.windowsmobile.com, you can go on that now, register the application, and we will be, publishing will start on Marketplace with the release of the 6.5 phones in the autumn of 2009. So right now, submit your applications, get them in, and start working on it. And the process is there, and we can happily work through with you on the process and talk about that. So just walking through the online walkthrough for submitting, that's the screen you'll see. And you'll be asked to do the following steps. You'll go onto the website, and then you'll be asked to add the product that you wish to add. then be asked to input a general description of the application. As you can see here, the product name, the operating system, the version, the market that you're looking at, and the submission method that you'll be using. Step 4 is providing a description of it, and I think crucially this is a good example here, what the on-device catalog will be, what the web catalog description will be, and then some of the features here. And I think this is the thing, it's very much getting the descriptions right will help you with commercializing the application as well. Next step, uploading the application. As you can see here, we have the product uploading of the product binary for submission and the release notes as well. So very relatively simple process to load it. Then crucially, from your marketing side, if you're looking at doing it, is you can add some of the artwork that you'll need. So for example here, you have the mobile catalog icon, which is small, then a larger mobile catalog icon, website icon as well, and then an additional large website icon. So it's very much intuitive, allowing you to add things. Clearly stated the guide here of the size of the pictures as well, and so it means that you can think about your branding and your logos. Next step is to set the device and the requirements, so you can choose the devices, so it means that you can effectively target the devices you know will get the best experience on the app. So if you're concerned that you think that one of the devices is not quite right, or in this case, I mean, at an extreme level, something like the likes of a barcode scanner or TV out that you don't want to target, you can do that. And there's also the option here of this screen resolution as well to be able to do that. And finally, you can categorize and price. And as you see here, we've got the category, which is crucial, in this case entertainment, and we'll cover the categories in more details, but also the payment information, how much it will cost, and setting your market price. Now, one of the benefits of Marketplace is that as you have a price, you can obviously alter it. So if you are concerned about what price an initial application should be at, you may want to price it slightly lower as a promotion, you may want to raise it. You can try that as you go through. So the next step in the process is certifying it. So first of all, there's a quality check, and this ensures that the application is well written and meets minimum quality bars. Additionally, there will be other examples in that, such as it uninstalls correctly, there's no malware, memory leaks, and it doesn't change or alter other applications. So that's the first thing, just to check the quality. Content check ensures the application complies with content policies and is validated for market and language indicated. So there's some examples there around illegal content and various other things that are set around the content. The third part is the commercial check. Ensures application complies with prohibited application policies. There are certain applications not allowed on Windows Marketplace for mobile, such as VoIP and over-the-air downloads. There's also the fact that the file size must be less than 10 megabytes as well, and no tracker applications are allowed either. And then the final thing here to mention is if you're looking for the policy information, rather long links at the end if you want to have these. They're off the developer.windowsmobile.com resources to take a look at that. Moving on to step 4, we've talked about the opportunity that's available. So 29 markets initially at launch. You obviously, as a developer, will have a uniform market validation process for localization, and you will also be able to set the product information, terms, and local currency prices by market, which is, I think, a really quite a nice feature, because it may be that you want to you have some markets that you want to particularly focus on more aggressively with your marketing, and you can lower the price, or in certain markets you may decide that you might try different things. So it gives you a chance to maybe test a concept in a smaller market. And I do know of a UK ISV who's particularly keen on this. They want to develop applications, and their actual thoughts are that they'll probably try them in, say, New Zealand to see if they work. So some good opportunities here, and once again, a global application offer. And I think the other thing to crucially emphasize here before we move on is the fact that a free application is global. It will just be in 29 countries initially for the paid applications. If you have a free application and you're in Russia, you can download it, or if you're in Saudi Arabia, you can download a free application. So just talking a little bit more. Scope of the market. One of the things that is very, very clear, and we want to make sure that it's clearly communicated, and it was announced just about a week or so ago, was the fact that Marketplace is also going to be available as a download for Windows Mobile 6 and Windows Mobile 6.1 devices towards the end of this year. And the key thing here is it's expanding the market. It's not just going to be the new 6.5 devices come out, but also devices that people have bought today, such as the Sony Ericsson Xperia. They will be able to download the Marketplace application and take applications onto their device via download. So widening market, and that presents a bigger opportunity. So you know, the thing here is that you ask, maybe we're interested to know a little bit more about the opportunity having supporting 6 and 6.1 as well as Windows Mobile 6.5. The first things I would mention here, in the last 2 years, over 30 million Windows Mobile devices have been shipped. The profile of the customers using those Windows Mobile 6 and Windows Mobile 6.1 devices is very much advanced users and business professionals. There's no extra cost for certification for you if somebody downloads on 6.5 or 6.1, and it will be available to the client. So December 2009 this will come out, and I think it just shows you that we're not looking at this, we're trying to make it as much as possible that we have a wide commercial audience that we can go and target. Promoting your applications, really here there's a few things to say that you may be looking at as a developer about how you can sell. And the first one is obviously in Marketplace itself. There's going to be featured placements at the main menu, category and showcase. There'll be over 100 feature placements available per market, and you can also have simultaneous placement on the device or on the web, so you can choose to promote it that way as well. There's also the Microsoft engine, and I think this is very, very interesting opportunity. You've got highlighted placement via Microsoft Web Properties, you know, targeted promotion across the Windows Mobile registration base, and also cross-property promotion. You might want to look at using, say, the Bing search engine to be able to have your application turn up on the top of those listings as people are searching through Marketplace. Finally, on your own website, what we've seen ISVs already looking at are things like link buttons for placement. You can link it directly to the purchase page for immediate purchase, and it's available with a certified application. So a number of ways that you can promote applications, and it's probably it's fair to say that if you talk to businesses across EMEA, everybody's got different ideas on how they want to sell it or get their application to the end user. And it's something I'd be quite happy to talk to you individually about at the end of the presentation. Also, when you talk about promotion, it's the customer who's doing the shopping from their phone. And if you take a look at the Marketplace main menu, which is here, this is a mock-up. You can see the layout. So there's a showcase, what's most popular, the operator store, what's new, categories, and just sort of working through some of these. You've got search by keyword from the main menu, promotion slots in the main menu, Microsoft's selected list of featured applications, content can be managed by the mobile operator as well, and a comprehensive list of application categories, so the likes of maps and search, social networks, travel, they're all available there. So very much breadth and depth within it. So lots of categories and lots of opportunities to get your application visible. And if you have a look, this is a walkthrough of the screen for the search example. As you can see here, you can see the Marketplace logo on the device. We can then have the search, and in this case we've chosen Microsoft Tag, which is a really great product. And then we have the Marketplace. You log in through your Live ID, and then you put the results in, and as you can see, there's the icon of the application installing. So, you know, from a point of view of the description, this is why we're looking at that. There's also the ratings of what the applications are as well. For a paid application, it's a little bit different. Here we've got categories. The user's then gone on to select entertainment. In this case, the application is winetipper.com. A description of what that is. Somebody logs in through Live ID, confirming the purchase and what the Visa or American Express or credit card will be. And then finally, the installation begins and it's installed. So very, very simple process and very, very intuitive. But from a point of view of you as a developer, it offers a chance to be able to really talk about the application and be in the right categories. That's why listing and promoting it is really important. From the web, there's a number of other opportunities as well. So particularly easy to browse. You'll have the categories here such as business, education, entertainment, finance, games, health and lifestyle. Lots of categories, and once again another opportunity to promote it. And there will be a featured application section and a new application section as well. So continually keeping it fresh for the end user, but also giving you an opportunity to, as you reinvigorate an application, maybe moving from a version 1 to a version 2, it can be featured in these areas. Additionally, you can select the application. In this case, we've taken a subcategory, which is business. And this is a good example here of some of the things that we have here, which are categories such as get things done, inventory tracking, law, project tracking, sales and tools, time and billing. Once again, categories that are a lot easier to place your application into. So I think the thing here is, you know, customers are going to be seeing your application. It's the visibility, the logos that are going to catch their attention. And there's some great opportunities here to monetize your application through this distribution mechanism. The other thing is that when the customer is shopping on the web, there's obviously the description, and here you can see the screenshots, the details and the description, but also the reviews. So you have the reviews here as well, so you can share what the reviews are and what people think of the application. So, you know, very, very useful. And then from a point of view of the user, you can then select to buy and download directly to your user's Windows phone. So a very, very interesting mechanism here of making sure that the description is very clear, very concise, and also looking at maybe possibly the language localization of that as well to make sure that it's in the languages for the appropriate markets, which we have found helps download. That if you have an application, say, and you're looking to sell it in France, it helps to have it in French, as it does it across the footprint. So the next thing I just want to mention is that we want to make sure that we're announcing and you're clear of this, is that with Marketplace there's a business center, and the business center is very good for you from a management perspective. This is going to be the console that will help you look after the applications and go through them in such a way that you can feel confident that you are in control of the application. I think that one of the things that I want to make very clear is that I think the biggest opportunity for you is to be able to study and watch your application in as near a real-time way as possible. So how does the Business Center look? It's a Windows Marketplace featured destination. It's basically on device and web. There's subcategories as well, but also there's the opportunity to promote applications to business users. And I think the thing I would say here is that if you are today thinking about developing for Windows Mobile and you are thinking about going after business users, the Business Center is something that's very different. It's going to be specifically built for what is often seen as the traditional Windows Mobile audience. So as partners and developers, it's a great opportunity to go in and have a look at the categories. And particularly, you can see here that it also segments into industries as well, the likes of ERP, law, health, finance, unified comms. Very powerful tool. And once again, if you're looking at building a business application, it's something that's well worth taking advantage of. So just moving on here now to step 6. This is support. So centralizing business intelligence to optimize sales results. The first thing is there will be automated feedback from the engine, the likes of your customer reviews, technical feedback, in terms of a detailed test feedback report, real-time business intelligence, sales, downloads and refunds per country. Step 2, update or upgrade. You'll have online resources from the MSDN and developer portal. There will also be Windows Mobile community and forum resources, and also a paid developer support option. So there's going to be some extra support there. Submit and publish. You can resubmit an updated application for free. So if you find something in it that you thought maybe a spelling error or a field that was incorrect, you can now go back and do that. And you can also submit version upgrades as per the deadline. You can submit a version upgrade per application submission as in the guidelines. And finally, you can adjust price and categorization anytime. And I think for some of you who are maybe looking at their application saying, well, I'd like it to be in business, but actually it could be in lifestyle, this gives you the opportunity to experiment a little with the applications. Once again, some of the ISVs that we've been talking to in their plans do have plans to test applications in certain markets in different categories to see whether they are in the right area. So just bear that in mind, that you can obviously adjust where your application sits. And obviously all that goes into Marketplace. The refunds process. Marketplace, and I think this is crucial, will work on a self-serve refund approach. So if you have a look at the top here, the customer returns the application to Marketplace, then 70% is deducted from the account of the developer, 77% is returned to Marketplace, and 100% refund. So the idea being is any customer downloading an application within 24 hours via the web-based interface, there'll be no questions asked and the application is removed from the phone. There will be a limit of 1 application return per customer per month. It's one of the things that I think is probably a concern of some people, is they don't want to have dozens of returns of applications because people test them and don't like them. It should also generate more sales. We strongly believe that that customers will be more likely to purchase an application and crucially pay for it if they know they can return it. Microsoft will also cover all the return transaction fees, so there is no risk to you if that occurs, and there is no return fee or restocking charges. It's a return of the straight 70% revenue cut that you have and you will receive back. Finally, the developer dashboard and tracking your application. So this is very much a centralized, the developer dashboard, the summary is very clear here. It provides a centralized portal for sign up. It also provides the ability to do submissions, marketing management, status checks, business reports, and reporting and support. And I think the thing here is if you take a look at the fields here, this is an application, having a look, it's from bouncingboard.com, Ultimate Sudoku, and you can see what requires attention right now, what's ready for certification, what's pending, and also what you've recently published. And then there's the quick reports here, what's highest rated, what are the top sellers. So really a very useful dashboard that you can watch. And I think this is one of the key things, making sure that reporting is in place and you have a clear idea as you place the application onto the system for €75 that this is going to be available as the application is released. Also, as I said here, you know where your application is, so in real time you will get an update on where the status and progress of applications are. We want to make sure that when an application goes in, you can see if there's anything that's happening, and if you're expected to be doing something, that it can be done quickly. And I think the final bit is the up-to-the-minute global dashboard. You can see what the sales are, what the ratings are. And I think this is going to be particular as you move in an upgrade of an application, to be able to say, well, actually, you know, we've moved from version 1 to version 1.2. Sales have gone up by 10%, say, and the ratings are the same. And I think that's very important. And also to gather feedback on specific markets. Maybe the application needs to be adjusted in Spain to a slightly different way to what it is in Italy. So a lot more chance to also localize and use that opportunity as well. And then the final crucial thing for a lot of people have asked about, getting paid. And so, first of all, at the Microsoft end, there's the revenue share, the reports and support. There's obviously going to be a payment processor for tax, currency conversion, payment notification. It will then go back to the originating depository financial institution, and then over the wire it will go back to your bank where you've registered, and then back to the application provider. So you can calculate the revenue share. So Microsoft's responsibilities are very clear here. We calculate the revenue share for the ISV. We send payments to the ISV if the monthly threshold, which is greater than $200, is met. We pay every month on the published date, manage currency conversion, collect, store and report tax information for payments, provide reporting to ISVs on sales and payments, and then also provide a payment status and calculation. And this coverage will be, the coverage of that will be that we can collect consumer purchase payments in 29 countries from launch. We can also pay out in your local currency, and the payment method is an electronic fund transfer to a bank of your choice. So a very flexible model. I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the applications. People say it's great, everybody's coming out and talking about what Marketplace can do and what the opportunity is. But what sort of applications could we see that are a bit different? So I've just chosen one today really with a very clear sort of idea of giving you a thought about it. This is called MoBots. It's a Spanish ISV. It's actually, their name is Demos Space. And we've been working with them a while, and they have the sort of application we think could be quite popular with the new generation of 6.5 phones that are coming that focus on both consumers and business. So MoBots is very interesting. It's basically, it lets you create small applications by combining Lego-like blocks that are associated with events such as calls, SMS, Bluetooth or GPS. And here is an example of what they're doing. First of all, you get your building block. If I miss a call from one of my friends, I can automatically, while I'm at the disco, so I've used my GPS to say it, I automatically send her or him an SMS with my location inviting her to join me. This is all pre-set up, so wherever you are, you can have an automated response to your friends. Similarly, if I shake my phone while receiving a call, I can change my profile to silent. So once again, using MoBots, using these little icons rather than having to set it. So tiny applications. Additionally, if I get into a club and I'm going out dancing for the evening and I'm open to dating, I can publish in Twitter that I'm at that club. So once again, automated applications, really connected, very much intuitive. And I think this is one of the things that I really like about it. It's something that gives you an idea of what people are thinking about as we approach launch. And all these MoBots can exist on your device. You choose the building blocks, be it the call or the open to dating or Twitter, and you build them, and you can do that yourself. And they lie dormant on the Windows mobile device until a certain event. So if you have a boss and they walk into the office and they get within 50 feet of you via their GPS, your phone could start vibrating so you can get on with your work. These are the sort of applications we're thinking, a bit of humor, a little bit of fun. And as you see, they act as, to give you an idea from a developer perspective, they act as open device APIs to let you access any device capability. You can trigger the app on a device remotely via SMS or a missed call. And you can even share the MoBots through a community. Once again, this is giving you an idea of something that a developer's working on. Hopefully you may see something like this sort of opportunity. And if you're interested in this, you can actually have a look at it now at the mobots.org site. A really interesting application, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what other ISVs are looking at. So just sort of to summarize, and really a call to action, really want to be very, very clear on this. Microsoft is absolutely passionate about creating a thriving, global end-to-end mobile application ecosystem based on transparency and trust. You know what you're going to get when you go into the system and the opportunities. Key things to take away today: application submission is live. We are going to expand the distribution and base, bringing those 30 million phones in worldwide in December for Windows Mobile 6 and Windows Mobile 6.1. And we're also going to create the Marketplace Business Center for selling and distributing applications to business and business users. So, calls to action today: learn more. Please visit developer.windowsmobile.com. Also visit the Microsoft stand here as well and take a look at that. There's lots of kits and resources and tools available. Download the developer kit or pick it up today for 6.5 for the gesture-based applications. And please start submitting those applications because they do take a few weeks to be ready. And often it's the viral marketing at the start of a launch that can see in an application being very successful. So that covers it. So thank you very much for the session. What I thought now is we could do some Q&A and take questions. Yes.
Yeah. So you mentioned earlier that there were two marketplaces, one aimed for the enterprise market and one aimed for, let's say, normal users. And you made a reference that the enterprise market would be recorded as the normal market. So, or the classical market. So what is the new market? Who are these people and how many are there?
Okay, so just for the people who couldn't hear, the question being around whether the two markets that traditionally we've looked at, Microsoft's Windows Mobile product has been associated with the business market rather than consumer. What I would say is the market overall is expanding, and we're looking. The new set of devices are very, very different from when we started. The focus just on business and just on email. The new devices that will be coming out this autumn, you'll start to see very, very consumer focused. They're not just about syncing with Exchange. Marketplace will obviously still target businesses, and we want to make sure that if you are today developing in business, that you're clearly aware this isn't a step away. We're now bringing consumer in. We will have great applications around entertainment. We'll also have gaming and the other features that are more consumer focused. But I think the clear thing really I wanted to get here was two messages out. One is we're here to still serve the business market, but also the consumer part come together now. We don't see them as separate audiences. We're not now pushing Windows Mobile from just as a business phone. It's very much for consumers and end users to use as well. Okay.
So I have a question. How long does the certification process take?
So the certification process, we're told it will be on a first come first served basis. So it's just open right now. The sooner you have the application certified, the sooner it will be approved. The estimated time is 4 weeks. It'll be 4 weeks to certify. However, we are seeing there's quite a large number of ISVs registering right now, so it'll be watch this space for that time. But the aim is a 28-day turnaround.
And another question: is there actually many Windows mobile phones with graphics acceleration?
So that's actually a good question. With the 6.5 devices that will be coming, they will be working to a standard chassis specification. So this is why we'll do it. So there is an improvement in that. I'll have to take that one offline with you and just check exactly which ones, because I can't say that I can recall all of them, but I'll cover that with you afterwards.
Yes, about the verification process. Would you say it's more about technical verification or more like content verification? Is it?
I would say I think it's basically. I think if you are the best way, and I've spoken to some of the consultants, Microsoft consultants about this. Their view is that it's more a technical verification. If you are today have been writing with Windows Mobile, It should just be basic checks to check the application is self-contained, the memory leaks are avoided. So I would say it's more technical. We're not. I think the key thing here is that with the commercial part of it, obviously the use of the logos and the icons, that's up to you. But it's very much making sure the application from a consumer perspective works very well on the device. We don't want to create a negative experience for the customer. So it's basic technical bars that you have to go through. And if you take a look at the developer web page, it's very clear on what the check and the certification will involve.
Yeah, so it's not like setting policy like the Apple App Store.
Sorry?
So it won't be setting policies like the Apple App Store.
So there is certain policies like VoIP, for example.
Yeah, certain policies, but not kind of content. Kind of we just don't like this application.
No, what I would say is that there is a very clear list of application types that are not allowed, and that's what will be adhered to throughout. The only possible difference could be that on some of the mobile operator branded sites, there may be that the publishing may be different, but that I can't confirm at this point.
Okay, hello. A bit more about the verification process. If you submit your app and it doesn't get approved, do you need to do a full resubmission, or does it go on a fast lane?
So if the application comes through, you'll receive feedback on the reasons given why the application hasn't succeeded. My understanding of how the system will work, I mean, it's only been going with a relatively few applications submitted in the US, is that you will get the feedback of what needs to be changed, but you won't be starting right at the bottom of the queue, because you'll have gone through, well, unless your application has been rejected on every level possible, then you will be back. But if it's gone through certain parts of it, it shouldn't go right back to a starting point. It should be that you're partly on your way to having the application, so you shouldn't fall right to the back of the queue. But obviously, there is an issue if the application is completely wrong. If it's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
It sounds good. It sounds a lot better than Apple's.
Okay.
If you want to have a revenue of your application, it's certain that you need to have your company to set up a company. But if you want to distribute your application for free, do you need to have a company?
So the registration process is clear that you have to go through certain parts in terms of the signatures and the sign-up, but you don't have to have a company to place the application onto Marketplace if it's free. There's no need for a company. What I would say is, obviously if you're looking at your registration process, steps 1 to 5, I would suggest if you're going to have a mixture, then you obviously have to be a company. But there's nothing to stop you as an individual getting the signatures and being registered. But there is an element of greater professionalism you need to have around developing for Marketplace in terms of the numbers and the VAT number and everything else. But for free registrations, that's
right.
correct.
Okay, because I pretty much look after for the thinking about the students and the faculties that would like to show off their work that they have done. And also another follow-up question about the DreamSpark. There was an announcement that DreamSpark would have some kind of access codes or something for. Yeah,
my understanding is that DreamSpark will have some application. There will be codes released on it. I think we are very passionate to encourage students to develop applications. We think that also to find more innovative and edgy applications. So DreamSpark will have a program, and I know that one of the things we do want to do is make sure that as a core part of the DreamSpark program, mobility is included.
Yeah, okay, because it's really great because it opens a lot of doors to students.
Yeah.
All right, 2 questions. So first one, what kind of payment options do you have there in the shop?
Sorry?
Payment options.
So it's just by credit card.
Just
by credit card for the first part. Or in certain markets where there's agreements, it will be with a mobile operator.
Okay. What about Finland, for example?
So current discussions with operators are ongoing across EMEA, but the priority is obviously larger markets with the mobile operators right now.
Okay, and the second one then. So is the marketplace only for applications or for other content as well?
Only for applications. So
right.
it's not going to contain ringtones, for example.
All right. Good.
Okay, one more question if someone has still some. Which one of you was first? Yeah.
I have a question about how complex about the Windows mobile platform, because as I know, for example, the iPhone, besides the memory size, maybe all the iPhone, they are quite similar on the hardware level. But you said there's Sony Ericsson, there's Samsung, there's HP, HTC. So if I develop application for this Windows Mobile, do I have to test on all those, or just I pass the emulate then?
The great thing with 6.5 will be that it's based on all the OEMs we're working with. The device is based on a standard chassis specification. So what it means is that when you develop for any 6.5 device, be it a Samsung device, it will work on a Sony Ericsson, it will work on an HTC device, it will work on an HP device. It's one of the things we want with 6.5 to do that. And for example, one of the issues in 6.1 was around screen size. The coding now in 6.5 devices means that the screen size is automatically rendered for the device as the application goes on. So it should be a lot easier. The days of having, and I do remember this going back to Windows Mobile 5, of having to get all your devices out and check the screen size and do it, will be removed with 6.5. For the 6.5 generation of devices, the screen size and the issues, you'll just be able to test on one 6.5 device and it will work across the footprint. The only exception, I think, is possibly if there's certain devices that come out and maybe, I would give an extreme example, something like a symbol device that's very rugged may not have TV out. It's going to be that sort of, it's going to be very, very much on the fringes. But 6.5 has is a standard chassis, and at this time, testing on one device will work on all 30 or 40 OEMs.
Okay, thank you for the very lively conversation, and thank you, Mark.
Okay. Thank you.